Alright, here we are again. Part 2. Turns out part 1 did not save because I didn't have the DVR function set. So the very first part did not get saved. We were live, but it didn't save it to YouTube. So we'll kind of summarize what we've gone through so far. We started off with the motors. Actually, we started off with breaking all the pieces down, everything that Elegoo sent. What we're working with is the Elegoo Smart Car version 2 robot. It's an Arduino based. We've got the Arduino unit right here itself. Very, very tiny piece. Really small, much smaller than I initially thought it would be. Um, and Then we went through each of the parts. This robot is line tracking. It has infrared and Bluetooth. We can control it with a remote control. We could control it by tracking a line, which is actually going to be my very rudimentary version of docking. Eventually, future robots will be doing solar charging. But for right now, we're going to do line tracking. I've got a line track already set up before the robot even arrived. His name is ARO5. We started off with Zeero. Zeero was a fictitious robot based on Circuits.io website. Developed Zeero, just learning the very basics of Arduino programming, integrating with different types of LEDs, LCDs, whatnot, some motor functions. Then got to a certain level and scrapped all that, redid the code, created Zeero Jr. Zeero Jr. took extra steps, actually doing intelligent based, knowing where he's at. Both of those were all in the robot lair, which is actually going to be a bedroom for the robots. That will be basically a place where that they have a charging station. They'll each dock in their own particular spot through the solar charging. Um, and uh, and then they'll be able to roam throughout the house. I actually made a ramp going from our living room into the kitchen because it's a step down. Made it a ramp that was very gradual based. It won't hurt the inner sensors of the bottom sensors for line tracking on Arrow. Um, and then we progressed up to Arrow version 0.1. Um, that has progressed so far, so intelligent, a lot of different things going on, but it was all web based, it was all theoretical. Making decisions on power and that type of stuff. I'm losing power. I'm going back to the charging station. That was all theoretical. We're finally going to do something physical, something real. And so we bring out ARO5. ARO5, that leaves me some room to play with theoretical stuff on Circuits.io. I've done a lot of learning through a couple of different websites. In particular, there's a gentleman named Jaidyn. I think he's got a different name. I don't know exactly what he goes by. 1 second, my keyboard's not working. Oh, it did work. This was slow. It's wireless. Um, Jaidyn Edwards he's got his own channel, and he's got very rudimentary programming information, building your very first robot, that type of stuff. I did not take it to that level. I got a kit from Elegoo. Elegoo is an Arduino based, but it's not actual real Arduino. It's Arduino version 3 based. Um, but it is, if you buy actual Arduinos, they are more, it helps supply the organization that's an open sourced robotics or type of organization. So what we've gotten done so far, yesterday, in prep of UPS arriving and delivering ARO5. I went out, got myself some electrical tape, got myself some duct tape, white duct tape, black electrical tape. That's set up for the line tracking. I also got another set of batteries. These are actually the ones that I got. The 2,000 milliamp hour batteries. We got them so that we would have some extended life and the batteries would be ready to go as soon as Arrow got here. Didn't know I was going to do a YouTube video, live broadcast, but turns out we are. So I started broadcasting about 2 hours ago and starting to build it, and well, like I said, it didn't get saved. But what we've gotten done so far, let's switch cameras here. I think this is the one. Yep. You can see I've got the 4 motors installed, each of them pointing away from each other, on the front and the back. And then we've also installed the line tracking on the bottom, right down here. You can see in the very front, if I bring it up a little bit closer, you can see in the very front, right behind that nut, is the actual sensing. And that's what's going to detect the light or darkness of the line. It'll make decisions based on that. Then I also, flip it over, I have installed the center module. That's the motor controller. That's where the motor is going to plug into and go up to the Arduino unit and the expansion unit. So for right now, that's pretty much as far as we've got. Wife made a nice roast for dinner. We stopped to make dinner, and then that's when I found out my first broadcast did not get saved. Hopefully this one does. What we're going to do is we're going to stop the recording, make certain it gets saved, and then we'll start up with part 3.